I love our topics because our topics revolves around families, our lessons, the errors that we have committed, and where do we want to see ourselves in the future. In the current situation, can we change? Can we correct? Is our relationships bad, good? Do we have one? We don't have one. And I so enjoy the bikers because people, when out there, they think that bikers are all into doing all the wrong things for wrong reasons. And ever since I get exposed to biking, I so enjoy it and I start to hate cars. But let me tell you one important thing that I took away, my take home every time I'm with bikers, is that in a marriage, many a times it is not about the decision of getting married. It is about how you can sustain your marriage, what you need. And I always say, the only thing that two people need in a marriage, it's not about I love this guy or I love this woman. It's about when we have a problem. The key trick in marriage is about when we have a challenge. How as a couple do we meet each other halfway? How do we solve it? Now when you find a couple, either one of them does not have that skill of saying, when I have a problem with my husband or my wife, how do I resolve it? Trust me, for the rest of your life, no one will enjoy that marriage.
Or Tamaya Waira, the next person, this is what I'm doing to you. And that's all I can say. And as to how things are, they are, or the way they are, I can't tell you. And I looked at it, got one thing that I'll never be is that, what you're saying. Because I know who I am. And me reserving myself and being quiet, it's me preserving who I am. Mm-hmm. Because I really, really firmly believe I will not take this experience and put it out on someone else. What I will do is I will learn the triggers, because those are the big issues. And the truth is, so links or no so, you know. And I think that's why we didn't work out. She could not change to be what she isn't. She had already been made, or circumstantially being made, to be something else. Why boy? That's why it comes always to that
Point.
drastic point.
Yeah.
Actually are just when you're about to give up.
Get
that turnaround.
Yeah. Hence, exactly. That actually explains why I mentioned Antaure. Now I'm saying, as a man, you don't give up. Sometimes by the time you give up, get a time without rehabilitating, or no man, you know what? My man has been wrong, or I thought my man is doing wrong. Let me just fall into that tap. By that time, when I know, you know what? My woman has been wrong, I'm leaving. So hence I'm saying, in every relationship, you do every little thing possible so that if it hit the wall, you have given your best. And also, sometimes in the back door, God is doing it for you. You don't know. You don't know what is going on about her now. Are we? As much as I complain, the fact that he's complaining every time, got the same thing every time, does not necessarily mean our possibility or behind is learning something, either from God or from friends or from kids. You don't know. Just a tip. Here's something in position. When now fit our fork, by that time, my husband. Kaniana, she was able to confuse to Maramoto, Nasanyake, Hegemotwela Wala. Can she was on the. They say there's a child in every human being, in every woman, in every man. And you make your mistake, you make your errors. Now, when you come to a point where you resuscitate your mind, you repair your mind, and you try to work it out to say, okay, going forward now I've reached a point where I want to make it work. I want to make my family proud. I want to correct things. But because you have already erred, now the wife does not actually see it worthy to form part of that journey of repair. Now, the worst that women don't know is that there's always a possibility for change in every man and every woman when you are going through a marriage. The learning curve of yesterday is that as a man, you try to sort out everything, to correct it, to bring it back to where it was. Now, many tend to lie themselves and say, it's because of you have damaged me before, it's because of the damage. If your heart does not know the word forgiveness, you'll always take the primary cause as damage that was caused by someone, but that is not true. The primary cause is because your heart does not know what is the meaning of forgiveness. Because if your heart know the meaning and the purpose of forgiveness, even if you find someone stealing at your house and you have a gun, you will reconsider your decision of shooting. For that reason, if you know forgiveness, you will actually say, maybe my husband truly wants to change. Maybe my wife truly wants to change. So I think it is very key as partners to understand that how we think and how we don't know the word forgiveness and sorry can damage our marriage. The fact that you want the marriage, your husband didn't want the marriage, does not mean that your husband doesn't want the marriage now. So if your husband is rehabilitating himself, is going through stages where he's meeting friends and he see the pain that you have went through and want to really make things work, accommodate that. Because it might seem like you will cross the bridge very easy when you divorce. But trust me, some of us have went through that route. You don't want to go through that route. It can be easy when you say, I can live by myself. I can live. I'm self-sustainable. But trust me, don't miss that opportunity of aging with your original partner gracefully because he has reached a point of turnaround, of rehabilitation. So I'm advising you to say, be cognizant and take your husband as a project. Men are like children. Okay, they make mistakes, and that is why we marry you, so that you can call us to order. And I think your order was not making sense until this individual rehabilitated himself, and he has rehabilitated himself. Acknowledge and be grateful that somewhere along the line he has been able to see the light. So I'm saying in conclusion, take cognizance while you still have time. Don't take advantage that someone is saying sorry and think that he's begging you. He's not begging you. It's merely because he have understood who he is currently. And acknowledge that. Don't go and divorce and realize what I'm saying after you have divorced. That will be the worst mistake you have ever made. The fact that if you divorce you will share money is nothing. The fact that if you divorce you will meet another guy is nothing. Look at the lifespan that you have took. You cannot reverse the seconds, the minutes, the hours that you have spent. You can't reverse them. And at least be grateful that even if there were wrong things, it's a serious learning curve for you. Meaning, if you rehabilitate both of yourself, not marriage counseling, guys, you can rehabilitate yourself. If you rehabilitate yourself, you will be a married couple with a double portion of experience from the West to the best. So I'm advising you to look into this, to think of this thoroughly, and if you ignore it, it will be at your own accord. No one will be losing. It will be you. I won't be there to say what I'm saying. Your husband won't be there to say, I'm thinking we must make it. Maybe by the time you realize the truth, your husband has already moved on, or you have moved on. In West Part, you let me tell you, there's a statement that says you never appreciate a good thing until it's all gone. So don't fall in that category. Don't form party to that. Appreciate it now, because when it's gone, it will be unlikely that when it returns, it will be the same. And worst part, your husband, you might find you think you're better for your husband or wife. Actually, your husband is better than you. And when you go out there, you meet the West and realize, I should have stayed. But because of your pride, you fail to say, I'm sorry, I'm back. So before you even go away, I'm advising you to say, think of this carefully, how you talk to him, how you advocate for the mistake he has done, understanding that there's forgiveness, understanding that there's sorry, and understanding that you live once, and understanding that when you die, that boyfriend will not be next to your grave. When you die, that boyfriend will not be looking after your children. Leaving your husband, you are making the worst mistake ever, and don't even take that route. I am down that route. I'm not talking from someone that I've heard someone say. I know I have been down that route, and I advise many that are not going down through this lane. I've went through my divorce long time. I wanted to work it out. Unfortunately, things, as I say, many men, we die from inside. We wish our women can see how we feel, how we want things to work out, but because the person has already concluded on you, you fail to express yourself. Only after the divorce, you realize and you hear friends saying, your husband wanted to work things out, this and this and this and this. So never close the door for your husband to express himself, and when he say, I really want to work it out, allow it. He is trying to work it out.